All right. Now, this is going to be the first movie of a few of how to explain how to use Flash. Yeah, I'm making these just for you, John. So hopefully they help you out and get you started. So yeah, for that's pretty much the introduction. Let's get into it. All right. Open up a new ActionScript 3.0 file. And yeah, so pretty much right off the bat, we have the toolbar on the left. It's pretty much self-explanatory. Pointer, line tool, text, rectangle, oval, primitive tool. Yeah. Pencil tool, the brush tool, the deco tool. The deco tool is easy way to make cool graphics. Yeah, you can get some pretty interesting stuff. You can also insert your own custom images as you make them. So like, I'll get rid of that. The deco tool isn't really used that much. We'll make cooler stuff through code. Bone tool is a new feature. It's called an IK handle. It gives the idea that the characters you make have bones and will twist and bend at joints just like a human body. It was first used in 3D animation programs, and now they integrated it into Flash. Um, Now we have the bucket tool, the eyedrop tool, erase, hand tool, and zoom. Pretty much all self-explanatory. I'm sure you're used to it from the other Adobe products and other things you've used along the way. Now, what may be different is the main timeline. The main timeline is where all animation occurs and gives you an idea of how far along in the timeline it is. So here's setting it 30, 60, and let's set one at 90. So if I wanted to make a little fast animation, made a little mistake. Start at number 1. So I come up here. So see how once it's a current frame, this will always be here for 30 frames, and then on the 30th frame it disappears because it's a new keyframe. Now, if I set a new keyframe at, let's say, 15, and then I moved it down, see, it stays current until a new frame happens. And now, every time something happens, a new keyframe must be made. So, let's say I wanted to insert a layer, delete this current one, and remove all those. And let's say I wanted to make a little handmade animation real fast. See, unfortunately, I have to use right click to go all the way through this because my hotkeys are disabled due to the video recorder. So, as you can see, it would take quite a long time to do this. And I test it by hitting Control Enter, and seeing how fast it is, I can turn it way down. Let's see. There gives a little better image of how it's moving across. At 30 frames, it's going to be really fast. All right, and that is really boring to be able to do that. But there's cool new ways to make animations. There's a motion tween, a shape tween, and a classic tween. We'll just focus on a motion tween and a shape tween. A motion tween, you have to have it converted into a symbol to use it. See, I can set it all the way up there. But a Flash, as you can see, Flash also set a keyframe. I mean, a symbol for me. See, it's saved in my library. So yeah, I can just move it down here, and easy as that. Bam, a nice smooth animation, point A to point B. You can also manipulate this motion path. Very simple stuff, and we won't be really using this much. You hardly really even use the timeline when you're manipulating everything by code. Everything will be uh, everything will be controlled by code. All right, and pretty much for just the introduction. The properties menu on the right hand side, this will be used quite a bit. It will handle all XY coordinates, transparency, color, strokes. I can enlarge a stroke. I can change the style of the stroke. This is the width, the height, the X and Y coordinates. Um, the way you scale with Control T. Just T. Oh no, actually that's Photoshop. Q is actually the hotkey for transformation. But yeah, you can also, when you have the stage selected, which is this just white area, when you export it, that's all that the application will show, or movie, or whatever may be the case. And when you just have the stage selected by clicking on the white in the background, you can access its properties and like changing the size of it. Now the stage is much larger. And as you can see, when I export it with Control Enter, you will get used to pushing that quite a lot. Control S, Control Enter. It's to save and then export it. And color swabs on the right. You have gradients, linear, radial gradients, just normal solid colors. The swatches, and align, info, transform. Pretty all self-explanatory. This is more, and also the motion presets are more for if you were going to do some handmade animation and you wanted to take a shortcut. See, as you can see, it makes a ball bounce. Pretty simple stuff that we could all do, either manipulated by code or just really handmade, because really, I'd rather just make it myself just to say I did it. But it's all a preference. If you're making a huge project, you don't really want to waste time on doing those little animations. But we will have it all by code. So, all right, that's pretty much the wrap up for the first little example of Flash. All right, in the next one, I will be explaining movie clips, buttons, and graphics.